All right, so today we're diving into Bangkok real estate.
Oh, exciting.
It is specifically, we're going to be looking at Lumpini Park
Okay.
and why it might be a really good place to invest.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're primarily using this article called Why Buying Property Near Lumpini Park is a Smart Investment.
Okay.
And it's from Ocean Worldwide.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, you probably have.
Yeah.
So, I think when people think of a park, they're not really thinking, oh, this is a great investment opportunity.
Right.
But Lumpini's a little bit different.
It is, yeah. This article actually calls it a green oasis.
Oh, okay.
Right in the heart of Bangkok.
Interesting.
And this is coming from Ocean Worldwide, which is a luxury real estate agency.
Okay.
Been around since 2004 in Phuket.
Phuket.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you got to pronounce it properly. Phuket.
Phuket. Got it.
Not Phuket.
Okay, Phuket.
Phuket. And they're all about luxury residential properties in Phuket and Koh Samui.
Gotcha. So they know what they're talking about when it comes to desirable locations.
Yeah, they definitely know a thing or two.
Okay, so we're getting some expert insights here.
For sure.
So they call Lumpini a lifestyle enhancer.
Yes.
What does that even mean?
Well, think about it this way. Imagine starting your day with a jog
Okay.
through a beautiful green park
Mm-hmm.
or having an evening picnic
Right.
with the city skyline as your backdrop.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the kind of lifestyle Lumpini offers.
So it's not just the park itself, it's the whole experience.
Yeah, exactly.
The city living with a touch of nature.
Right. A blend of tranquility and urban excitement. Pretty unique.
Very cool. But they also say that's a smart investment.
They do.
What's the data saying?
Well, the article highlights some pretty impressive numbers.
Yeah.
Premium condos in that area, they're seeing a steady value appreciation, something like 5 to 7% every year.
Wow. Okay.
And they even give examples like condo prices back in 2020, 200,000 THB per square meter.
Okay.
Now in 2023, 240,000.
That's a big jump.
It is a significant jump.
Now, I'm always a little bit skeptical of bold claims.
I get.
What are they not telling us?
Yeah, that's a good point. It does sound a little too good to be true.
Right.
But, like any investment, there's always potential downsides.
Okay.
For example, they mention rental yields of 4-6%, which is pretty attractive.
Right.
But, they don't really go into detail about the complexities of actually being a landlord.
Right.
Or how much the rental market can fluctuate.
That's a good point. So don't take it at face value.
Exactly. Always do your homework.
All right. So let's say I'm sold on the location.
Okay.
I like the potential returns.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of lifestyle can I expect beyond the park itself?
Well, a few things.
Okay.
You get unparalleled convenience.
Okay.
Shopping centers,
Mhm.
schools, top-notch schools,
Yeah.
healthcare. Everything's right there on your doorstep.
Wow.
And of course, the culinary scene, cafes, restaurants, markets, you name it.
That does sound pretty good.
It's a foodie's paradise.
Yeah. Okay. But does that mean I'm going to be dealing with traffic?
That's a valid concern.
Right.
But, Lumpini's got great connectivity. The MRT Lumpini station.
Right.
And there's a bunch of BTS stations, too.
Huh?
So you can easily access all the major business hubs, Siloam, Sathorn, Sukhumvit,
So even though it's in the heart of Bangkok,
Yeah,
I can get around pretty easily.
you can, and think about a reduced commute times.
Yeah. That's a big plus.
Huge time saver.
Now, I'm curious about the types of properties.
Okay.
Is it all like luxury high-rises, or is there something for, the rest of us?
Yeah, the article focuses a lot on those luxury condos.
Right.
The ones with rooftop pools, the fitness centers, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
But, it makes sense.
It does. Coming from a luxury real estate agency,
Exactly.
Ocean Worldwide,
Yeah.
led by Sandra O'Neill. She's been in the business forever.
Yeah, she has.
Helped tons of families and investors.
Thousands.
But, not everyone can afford the penthouse suite.
Definitely not.
So are there other options?
Well, they do mention leasehold properties
Okay.
as a more affordable option.
Okay. Yeah.
Typically a 30-year agreement.
Got it.
And they can be significantly cheaper than freehold.
Okay, so there's some flexibility there.
There is?
Now, what about foreign buyers?
Oh, good question.
Like myself, are there any restrictions?
Yeah, it gets a little tricky there.
Okay.
Foreigners can buy freehold condos, but they can only own 49% of any given building.
So there's like a balance.
Right, a
Yeah.
balance between foreign and local ownership.
Okay, what if I'm interested in land?
Land, not just a unit.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, leasehold agreements are the way to go.
All right, so that's my alternative.
It is.
So it sounds like Thai property laws can be tough.
That can be?
Is there anything else in the article that foreign buyers should watch out for?
Well, they briefly mention that in Thailand, real estate transactions are often done in cash,
Wow, okay.
which can be a big hurdle for some.
Yeah, definitely.
And they also touch on the challenges of reselling properties,
Okay.
especially for foreigners.
Right, that makes sense.
So having a good real estate agent, someone experienced and reliable, is crucial.
Definitely. Someone who knows the ropes.
Absolutely.
Now, I know Bangkok has a lot of prime locations.
It does.
How does Lumpini compare to other areas,
Good question.
like Sukhumvit?
Yeah, Sukhumvit or Siloam.
Right.
Well, the article actually has a table comparing them.
Oh, perfect.
And Lumpini really stands out with all its green space.
Right.
And it's got a more relaxed vibe
Okay.
compared to Sukhumvit, which is known for being very trendy
Mm-hmm.
and bustling.
So Lumpini's a different pace.
Yeah, a different energy.
What about Siloam?
Siloam is more like the business district,
Okay.
fast-paced, and property prices tend to be higher.
All right. So Lumpini's got its own unique niche,
Definitely.
this balance of city life and nature.
Ex-
Okay. And here's another thing that caught my eye. The article talks about the environmental and health benefits of living near a park,
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
like Lumpini.
Absolutely. Better air quality.
Right.
Being close to nature. It's good for your mental well-being.
Makes sense.
It's like having a green escape right in the city.
Yeah, it is. And it's not just about relaxing, right?
No, not at all.
Lumpini is very active.
It is. There's jogging tracks, cycling paths, open spaces for workouts.
Right. I even remember reading something about paddle boats on the lake.
Oh, yeah, there's that too.
So you get the best of both worlds.
Definitely.
City living, access to nature, healthy lifestyle.
You got it.
Okay. But it's not just about the present, right?
No, the article also talks about future developments
Oh, interesting.
and how they might impact property values.
Okay, so what's on the horizon for Lumpini?
Well, they mentioned some planned expansions,
Uh,
the MRT and BTS networks.
So even better connectivity.
Exactly, easier to get around.
That's great for residents. And probably good for property values, too.
Potentially, yeah.
Anything else they mention?
Well, they talk about these mixed-use developments.
Mixed use, what's that?
So these are developments that combine residential, commercial, and recreational spaces
Oh, wow.
all in one.
Okay.
So you can live, work, shop, play, all in the same complex.
Oh, no, that's pretty convenient.
It is.
So they're popping up in Lumpini, too.
They are. It's a growing trend.
Gotcha. So all these things together
Yeah.
paint a pretty good picture for Lumpini's future.
They do, but of course, you always got to be cautious
Right, yeah, I'll wait.
before you jump into any investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
The article does offer some good advice
Okay.
for potential buyers looking at Lumpini.
Like what?
Choosing the right real estate agent.
Makes sense.
Someone who specializes in Lumpini and
Okay.
knows the market inside and out.
Right. Because it can be complicated.
It can.
They also talk about evaluating property developers, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like checking their track record.
Yeah. Due diligence is key.
Okay.
Make sure they're reputable, check out their past projects, things like that.
So it's all about minimizing risk.
Exactly.
Okay, well, we've covered a lot in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've talked about the appeal of Lumpini,
Mhm.
this urban oasis.
Right.
We've looked at the investment side of things,
Yeah.
the lifestyle benefits,
Mm-hmm.
and even the challenges for foreign buyers.
Absolutely.
Before we move on to the next part,
Okay.
I want you to think about what's resonated with you the most.
Good idea.
What questions do you have?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Lumpini so far?
It's definitely an interesting location.
Hold on to those thoughts because in the next part, we'll dive even deeper
You
into investing in this part of Bangkok.
can't wait.
All right, we'll be right back.
Sounds good. So, welcome back to our Lumpini deep dive.
Glad to be back.
Before we go any further, I'm curious,
Okay.
what were your initial impressions of Lumpini?
I have to say, the idea of like a tranquil oasis
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of busy Bangkok,
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
it is appealing.
But, I always wonder if the reality actually lives up to the hype.
Yeah, I get it. Healthy skepticism is always good with investments.
Right.
But the article does back up its claims, with data and examples.
True, like the property value stuff and the rental yields.
Exactly.
Those are pretty impressive figures.
They were.
But I still think it's so important for potential investors to do their own research
Absolutely.
and go beyond just the numbers.
Yeah, look at the bigger picture.
Right.
And speaking of the bigger picture, let's talk about those future developments.
Okay.
Remember the MRT and BTS network expansions?
Uh-oh.
We touched on them earlier.
We did.
But let's think about their impact beyond just, making commutes easier.
Okay, so what else could those upgrades bring to Lumpini?
Well, think about it. When connectivity improves, It often attracts new businesses,
Makes sense.
restaurants, entertainment venues,
Yeah.
It can revitalize a whole area
So it makes it more desirable.
for both residents and investors.
Okay, so Lumpini could see like a surge in development,
Potentially, yeah.
economic activity as a result of those transport improvements.
It's definitely possible.
And then there's the whole mixed-use development trend.
Right. The article highlighted that.
Yeah, I found that really interesting.
It is. It's like they're creating mini ecosystems
Yeah.
within the city.
But how do those developments make Lumpini a better investment?
Well, for one thing, they appeal to a growing demographic, people
Yeah.
who want that work-life balance
Mm-hmm.
and want convenience in their living spaces.
Makes sense.
So the demand goes up.
Which drives up prices.
Exactly, both property values and rental rates.
Okay, so investing in one of those mixed-use developments
Yeah.
could be a smart move.
Potentially, you're capitalizing on lifestyle trends and financial gains.
I like it.
But of course, assess each development carefully.
Of course.
Look at the quality, the developer's reputation.
Oh, the whole vibe.
Exactly.
And speaking of developers, this article is from Ocean Worldwide.
Right.
They're a pretty big deal
They are.
in the luxury real estate world.
Proven track record.
They wouldn't be talking about these trends if they didn't believe in Lumpini.
It's true. They've been in the game for almost 2 decades now.
Focusing on luxury properties.
Yeah, in Phuket and Koh Samui.
Right, so they know how to spot a prime location.
They do, and their assessment of Lumpini definitely carries weight.
Yeah, and they're led by Sandra O'Neill.
Mm-hmm. She's a big name in the industry.
She's helped so many people find their dream properties.
Thousands.
So it's not just about the money, it's about finding a place that feels like home.
Exactly, a place that fits your lifestyle.
And that brings us back to what makes Lumpini so unique.
Yeah.
That balance of urban life and nature.
Right. It's not just a place to live, it's a lifestyle choice.
And I think that's something potential buyers really need to consider.
Absolutely.
Like, does the fast-paced Bangkok life really suit you?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want something a little more balanced?
Yeah, a place to escape the hustle.
Without giving up convenience.
It's all about finding the right fit.
These are important questions.
They are.
And, while the article is positive,
Yeah,
we have to be realistic.
of course.
There are potential downsides. We mentioned the tricky property laws.
Yeah.
But are there any risks specific to Lumpini?
Well, one thing to think about is tourism.
Okay.
Lumpini's a popular spot,
Mm-hmm.
which can be good and bad.
How so?
Well, it adds to the vibrancy,
Right.
then it also means more traffic
Yeah.
and potentially more noise.
Especially during busy times.
Exactly. So the park itself might be peaceful.
But the surrounding area might not.
Yeah, it's a trade-off.
And then there's the whole evolving character of the neighborhood.
Right, with all the new development,
New residents.
things are changing.
So the question is, will it still have that charm?
Yeah, a unique character.
That makes Lumpini special.
Exactly.
Will all those luxury condos and mixed-use developments change the vibe?
In a way that maybe you don't like.
These are big questions.
They are.
It's not just about finding a good investment.
It's about finding a place you connect with.
Right. A place that matches your values and your lifestyle.
And with Lumpini, it's all about that balance.
Between the park and the urban development.
It's a key consideration.
Okay, so we've talked about potential benefits,
Yeah.
risks, future developments,
Personal preferences.
research.
It's a lot to take in.
Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to think about everything we've discussed.
Yeah.
Have your initial impressions changed?
Have your assumptions been challenged?
What are your key takeaways?
What stands out to you?
In the final part, we'll bring it all together
We'll synthesize these insights.
and offer some concluding thoughts on what makes Lumpini Park.
Such a compelling prospect.
For those seeking that blend of city life and nature.
We'll see you there.
All right, so we're back for the final part of our Lumpini Park deep dive.
It's been quite a journey.
It has. We've covered so much.
Yeah, from those beautiful park views.
To the nitty-gritty of investing in Bangkok.
The good, the bad, everything in between.
Hopefully you've had some time to think about it all
Absorb all the information.
and figure out what really stands out to you.
What resonates with you?
Yeah, I think one thing's for sure.
What's that?
Lumpini's not a one-size-fits-all kind of place.
Definitely not.
It's got its own personality,
its own energy.
its own set of, advantages and challenges.
You really got to connect with it.
Yeah, it's not just about finding a property.
It's about finding a place that really aligns with you.
your values, your lifestyle, even your investment goals.
That's a whole package.
So as we wrap up,
Okay.
let's try to capture the essence of Lumpini.
All right.
What makes it different from other areas in Bangkok?
What's its unique selling point?
For me, it's that mix of city life and nature.
Yeah, that's a big one.
You get the excitement of Bangkok
All the action.
right outside your door.
But then you also have this escape.
This green, peaceful retreat.
It's pretty special.
And it's not just about relaxing, right?
No, Lumpini's all about being active, too.
Yeah, the jogging, the cycling, the open spaces for workouts.
It's a healthy lifestyle.
Without sacrificing city living.
Exactly.
And oh my gosh, those views.
Don't even get me started on the views.
Imagine waking up to that every morning.
Lush greenery, the Bangkok skyline.
It's a dream.
It's a visual treat.
And, aesthetics aside,
Mm-hmm.
the article from Ocean Worldwide,
Right, the luxury real estate experts.
they made a really strong case for Lumpini as an investment.
They did.
Steady property value increases, good rental yield.
Future developments, infrastructure upgrades.
It's all looking pretty good.
It is, especially for long-term investors.
But, and this is a big but,
Always a but.
we have to be realistic.
Always.
Remember all those complexities we talked about.
The Bangkok real estate market.
High property laws.
The risks of any investment.
Don't jump in blindly.
Do your research.
Due diligence is key.
And maybe even visit Lumpini yourself.
See it firsthand.
Get a feel for the place.
And remember, Ocean Worldwide, they have their perspective.
It's a valuable one.
But it's just one viewpoint.
Read other articles.
Talk to local experts.
Maybe even residents.
Get a well-rounded understanding.
Before making any big decisions.
At the end of the day, it's a personal choice.
It is.
Lumpini might be perfect for some.
And not so much for others.
There's no right or wrong answer.
It's about finding that match.
Your dreams and the reality of Lumpini.
Exactly.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I encourage you to keep exploring.
Keep learning.
Research, reflect.
Maybe even book a trip to Bangkok.
See Lumpini Park for yourself.
Because investing in a property,
It's more than just money.
it's investing in a lifestyle.
A community.
A piece of Bangkok
Who knows, maybe Lumpini Park
will become your oasis.
in the heart of this amazing city.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.